What up, though? How y'all doing? Greetings, guys and goddesses. It's yours truly, the one, the only, Zaya Samai Khepera Kollective. And I help overgivers who struggle to speak their truth and be themselves, craft and implement the ultimate blueprints to total life transformation through alchemy, psychology, and herbalism. And I am back with another Tribe Vibes Collective reader. And if you can't tell, I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my. How y'all doing? Y'all like it? Check me out. Y'all like it? I hope y'all do. But if you don't, I don't care because I love it, boo boo. And I'm feeling myself, as you can see. It's giving, okay? It's giving everything it needs to give, all right? It's giving what you come through with a bag of the leaf through. I be undressed in the bra or a see-through. Let me quit. The only thing I really want to do is freak. Okay, let me quit because I'm going to bring that dollar energy up here. And then I ain't gonna know what to do with it. All right. So we are back again for another Tribe Vibes Collective reading. And I tried something new the last time. We're gonna try it again. But I gotta hurry up and I gotta get it in because some technicalities. I can only be on here for like an hour. It likes to charge if I stream past an hour. So let's get into it with a prayer. Holy angel spirit guides, ancestors of divine white light, universe, God, we ask you to come into the space, cleanse the space, put a hedge of protection around myself and the collective as we get into these messages. We ask that you return any malicious energy back to the sender. We ask you to return any dark spell work back to the sender. We declare it dead upon arrival. We ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages as we get into the reading this evening. And we are so very, very grateful to be able to come together and commune with you to receive the guidance that you want us to receive. Amen. Amen. Hotep Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Excuse these damn necks, because your girl left some fruit and it's taking a minute to get them up out of here. Hold on. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's shuffle these cards. So shuffling the cards last week really gave the reading a different energy. So I'm going to continue shuffling the cards in this way, but it's still the 10 card pyramid spread that you all are used to receiving from me. And I'm thinking about like creating a theme for each of the readings. Like one may be what's coming towards you, one may be love, another may be money, right? So that way each week you're getting we're switching the energy up a little bit. So tell me down in the comments what you think about that. If that's something that you would appreciate. I'm feeling called to use some clarifiers this evening as well. Look at that. I might just make that about this reading. I hadn't used these cards in a minute and they called to me today. So let's see what messages they got for you. Hey. 212. Baby. I wanna them archetype cards calling to me too, and I can't do it. Them archetype cards, baby, they get deep. The messages be heavy. All right, tribe. So if you, what is this on my bag? Oh, that's the red hair. All right, so let's get into it. I was gonna make some announcements, but I'm gonna ask the questions. Spirit. What's coming towards the collective in week 3 of October? Oh, shoot. We got Bastet in reverse. So that means this started with some type of imbalance around love, marriage, and sensuality. We got Patai in reverse. He is like the counterpart to Segment. He's the one who fashioned. He's a decision maker. He also I'm hold on. Oh shoot. There we go. Position 3 we got. Oh, we got 2 cards there. Shoot, we got card. It's matching the energy, but it came out in the reverse. And then we got Hey Who showing up again in the 4th position, coming out in reverse. Y'all, what is going on in y'all love? Like this? I mean, yeah, the love energy is kind of strong right now. It's Venus. Venus going through some things. So we got Asar, but he came out in the reverse. Let me get these cards a bit of a shuffle. What else is coming towards the collective? So that's right at position 5. The fact that I'm being called to shuffle the deck halfway through the spread kind of lets me know that there is some type of change manifesting halfway through this energy. Okay. I'm gonna split it one more time. Oh Lord. Okay. Stepdad wanted to come through. Stepdad came busting through in position 6. I couldn't even ask a question. Sheesh. Don't mind my little my cushion on the back of my chair. My chair is I used it as like my comfort blanket. So let's get back into it. Okay. They said we're gonna have some changes around this piece. It's gonna be some evolution. All right. Met Hurt. Position 7. We got I set in the reverse, position 8. Why? Oh. Now we got Haru coming up, position 9. So you got Victory, position 9. Position 10, Anir, Honor and Wreck. Anir and Wreck. She has never come out before. Okay, we got Akiru at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Okay. So remember I told you I'm studying these number positions and getting deeper into it as I read it. And so, where are they? All right, so the first, is it a two? All right, so position 1 stands for Sirius, the sun, beyond the sun, the archetype shaping all matter, and its elements is fire, which is spirit. That the card that happens to be placed on this point indicates the guiding principle in the person's life or the cause of the whole situation. So the cause of the whole situation in week 3 is the energy of Bastet in reverse. Right? So that is love, marriage, and pregnancy in a reverse coming from the house of Akut, which is the family of fire. So it's a fire card coming out in the fire position. And somebody's not feeling attractive. Why is love consuming the energy this month? Somebody's not feeling attractive. You want to know that the connection that you're in is working toward marriage. You want to feel like that you are creating something worth celebrating. And you're not so sure about that right now. So in the 2 position, and this card relates to the past, in terms of ideas and thought patterns, showing how they directly influence our present state of mind, right? So your present state of mind is influenced by Ptah in reverse. And this is air element. The 3 position is also the air element. And it can suggest a useful guideline for your future actions. Okay. So let's get into it. So Ptah is also from the family of fire. And he is the act of creation. So remember I was telling you he fashioned humanity. So when you look across different religious sects and spiritual sects, you will find that a lot of the stories are the same. And so in particular, Ptah kind of corresponds with the Orisha who crafted human beings. And so not only is your not only are your insecurities about the status of the connection and the like how serious it is, you also like it's influenced by a thought pattern around this this concept of creating life, creating a family, really is what I'm getting. I'm getting creating a family. So so this insecurity that you're feeling about the relationship is driven by this recurring thought pattern in your mind that has to do with family and fears and insecurities and this very strong desire to have a family, and it's coming out in the reverse because it's something that you wanted for a very long time, and it's just not. You just don't have a lot of faith in it coming to pass, and so your suggested future action is to take on the energy of Kerr. Right? In the reverse. So if you remember from last week, Kerr is the transmission of energy. So what I'm getting is that you need to stop projecting your fears and old thought patterns about the past into this current situation and give it the opportunity to take its course. I need to get back to it. So position 4. Give it all, leave it at the finish line. Me and my right. So we're moving on to the third line of numbers, which is 4, 5, and 6. They fall on Newt's body and are related to our astral body, or called the emotional body, and the water element. The cards that are placed on these numbers can suggest how to modify our instincts and how much emotions influence our behavior. So in position 4, this is the position between Newt and the outside world. Okay. And this position talks about how your energy was used in the past to deal with this situation. And so in the past, you took on the energy of Hehu. So Hehu is also from the family of Tepia'un, which is the 8 primordials. And Hehu is about represents the significance of the cycles of time. So in the past, you have allowed your emotions to make you act from a space, make the outside world cause you to react to your fears and your insecurities at inopportune times. So that could manifest as you forcing the situation. It can manifest as you trying to cultivate a relationship and a family in a certain time in your life when you weren't ready, or the person that you were trying to cultivate it with was not ready, right? This was in the past. So now the combination of your past and your future is influenced by a star in the reverse. Okay. And a star comes from the family of Ra, which is the family of the sun. And he represents death for the purpose of resurrection. So when you think about, who is that? Well, when you think about Jesus and what Jesus went through, um, when you look at the story of Asar, he was defeated by his arch nemesis, who was his brother, Seth, which also can be likened to the story of Cain and Abel, right? Um, he represents release, the need to let go of certain ideas and beliefs and things of that nature in order to usher in like spiritual downloads, revelations, and important lessons and messages. In order for that to happen, you're going to have to be comfortable with releasing. You're going to have to be comfortable. And in your past, you have struggled with releasing the way that you respond to the outside world. You struggle with in your emotional space with being confident in the belief or having faith. You struggle with having faith that the reciprocal relationship and romance and the family that you want to have is going to happen. You struggle with trying to manifest these things at the wrong time, with the wrong people, in the wrong environment. And you are being called to transform that. So this is the place where your spiritual body and your physical body connect. And it's very interesting that you have Asar there in a reverse, because Asar spent his entire life battling with Seth, and Seth is the symbolic representation of our lower self, of our primal nature, of our anger, our sadness, our desire for revenge, our desire to want to disrupt the environment because we are not okay. And so for you to have that in at the heart of this reading is saying that you're experiencing some type of internal battle right now, and your spiritual and your physical bodies are at war. You are literally in the heart of Samaitawi, which is the process in which, well, yeah, it's the process in which your higher self and your lower self work to reintegrate themselves. In that process, tension comes because you have to address hard truths. You have to be accountable for the way that you think and behave influences the way the situation has manifested, and you have to be open to surrender in order to manifest what the divine really has for you. And the divine has something very beautiful for you once you get through that in step deck. She's coming out in position 6, which is your throat chakra, right? And she has landed in a position of resolve. You're going to make some decisions about how to come to peace internally about what's going on with you. So step that comes from the house of pet, which is the heavens. And so in order for you to overcome this internal conflict, you're going to have to really, you're going to have to dig into your occult powers to make some change. You're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to work some magic. You're going to have to tap in with the divine, your ancestors, your spirit guides. You're going to have to seek out their wisdom. Because you can't do this alone. You've been trying to tackle it on your own, and it's so far you ain't you ain't doing so good. Out of 10 cards, now you hold your own, but out of 10 cards, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 10 of your cards are in the upright. 6 out of 10 of your cards are in the reverse, and they are to your disadvantage. Sometimes when cards come out in a reverse, they can be to your advantage, but in this case, they to your disadvantage. All right, so in position 7, so now we're down on the bottom row of the pyramid, which is the earth element, okay? So in position 7, you have met hurt. This is the final card in the past position. Okay. And she comes from the family of wind. Right. So earth and air are coming together. And she represents unlimited possibilities. You get her every week. So if I were you, I would look up met hurt, and I would see I would start paying attention to my environment and start looking for signs and synchronicities of Medhurt's presence. So her number here is 3. She represents like manifestation in its very beginning stages when you begin to plant the seeds. So she represents pure potential. Okay. She represents pure potential coming out in that 7 position. So like that means pure potential in your physical world to manifest whatever it is that you desire. That's beautiful. So in terms of the correlation with the rose, number 7, it says coincides with the junction of Newt and Geb's feet. So it's where heaven and earth come together, right? And is related to past actions and conditions still having an influence on us. So even with all of this turmoil going down the past half of your pyramid, you still have infinite possibilities and potential in the situation. And so I'm getting the message that you don't need to be set on untie yourself from a certain outcome. Okay. Don't give up on what it is that you desire, but release your idea of how it's going to come into manifestation, how it's going to come to be. Okay. Position 8, I sat in a In the reverse, that's number 5. She is also from the family of Ra, and she represents magical knowledge and protection. Great powers of inspiration and creativity, the bringing of life, and the honoring of the female principle in all things. And she's in the reverse. So let's see what position 8 has to deal with. So if position 7 is the connection of heaven and earth, like the connection of Geb and Newt's feet, then position 8, it talks about how our ideals are influenced and how we advance in the world, or how we react in special circumstances we are concerned with. So in the past, when it comes to this situation, you've been reckless with your magic. But that is okay, because you are learning what you need to learn, because you have Haru in position 9, which means you are deciding to be victorious, and you're releasing the victim mentality, which is really good. And in your 10th position, which represents your future and like outcomes, you have Aner in Rek, who has never shown up before in a reading. She comes from the family of Earth. Wow. So your last card is an Earth card on the Earth row in the future. So that means it's gonna be some really beautiful balance coming out of this. So you're going to come out in light. Oh, wow, it says the distillation of experiences, success and transformation, whether of spiritual or material nature. After long and arduous discipline, the goal is accomplished and the work perfected, the magical body of light. Wow. So it has been a long journey for you, and it has required you to be extremely disciplined. It has required you to surrender in ways that you never thought you would. And it has been difficult. And the places where you really just been holding on to this manifestation of love, marriage, and family with just a wing and a prayer. Because nothing in your environment gave you an indication that it was on the way or that you even deserved it. Wow. Yet you held on to the knowledge of the infinite possibilities. And even though you may not have always, operated with the utmost discipline, you did attempt to nurture yourself and your inner child. Wow. You've been doing the work of healing your inner child. That's beautiful. And as you get into the work of healing your inner child, you are being introduced to deeper secrets of the divine, right? And where you once were ignorant to your power and your knowledge, you are now victorious. This was in a past position. This is the present position or the future. That is so beautiful, collective. All right, so I'm curious, why is I sat here in the reverse? Now I said that you've been working on your inner child, but I want to know, why is I said coming out in the reverse? Got the 7 of fire in the Orisha deck. Ooh, he fighting a dragon. It took a lot of courage to address, is that the water element? To address the deep emotions that come along with listening to what this baby got to say. And it took you a while to figure out how to work your magic you have to figure out what kind of tools and methods work best to get those messages to come to the surface. And you really had to be triggered. Honestly, you had to be triggered and forced into uncomfortable and scary ass situations in order to really begin to listen to what this baby had to say. So the 4 of fire. That's the earth element. Oh, that's the 7 of fire. It was bravery, like I said, bravery, courage. It says dexterity in facing trouble, quick thinking, and skill in action. So when you realize that there was something better, like this potential, when you began to realize this potential, but there was something blocking you from reaching that potential, you begin to do the work, right? You begin to do the work of talking to your inner child and facing your fears. So you have to deal with a lot of traumatic situations, right? A lot of attacks from the outside world came at you. And look at this, like this dragon is so much bigger than this human being. So that tells me that you went up against some institutions, some demons, some communities and groups that were much bigger than you and much more powerful than you. And you was just this baby. This baby did that. This baby was brave enough to come forward because it was the baby in you who had been harmed by the beliefs that spawned these kinds of communities and institutions and situations, right? That baby had enough, and that baby kept tugging on you, saying, the baby kept crying, saying, I'm hungry, I'm uncomfortable, I need some new clothes, I need some new this, I need a new experience, I need I need to experience what it's like to feel safe. I need to experience what it's like to feel protected. And you had to address a lot of institutions, social constructs, philosophies, beliefs within yourself that have been created by the outside world and created this sense of emotion that ruled your beliefs. And you had to break through all of that. So that's why you had such a conflict internally, because the conditioning was so deeply embedded within your emotional psyche that you had to really dig into the secrets of the divine to get some answers and to find some methods that were truly effective. I'm trying to find, that's the fire element. Looking for the water element. That's earth. Sit in the water. Let's see if the water element on the back of here. In level. All right. So some of the most valuable lessons that you could have learned could have involved a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. So when you think about the attributes of a Cancer or Scorpio or a Pisces, it's a lot of deeper emotion, a lot of psychic ability, intuition, right? So remember I said that you went up against some really big powers that were much more powerful than you, like David and Goliath. And the only way that you were able to do that was to call upon that the power of the emotions within you. And because you had the bravery to address the truth of the pain that your inner child was experiencing, when you went out, when you found yourself in combat with these different principalities, you were able to stand against their naysaying, stand against their judgment, stand against their criticism, right? Your vulnerability, your honesty was your shield, because your intuitive and emotional space was cleansed in the process of addressing and listening to what that baby was talking about on the inside of you. That's a beautiful thing. All right. Why is Bastet in reverse? Oh, shoot. She came on out. Got the fairies and the seals. So in this one, she this is like, if you look at it, it's very magical and attractive too. So this card is like, let's see, why was it in reverse? Let's see, what is the fairies and the seals talking about? Fairies and the seal. She ain't got no number either. Give me a minute. Let me find it. gonna speed it up, Houston. Oh, killing me softly, and I'm still alive. I'm always with you. Why is this song stuck in my head right now? What's the message? You ride until the wheels fall off with the one you with. I can't find a card. That's one thing about this deck. It about the book that go to this deck. There's some typos in here, and it don't have everybody. I'm gonna do one more once over, and then I'm just gonna read it without these are my names. Doors and so it should be back here. Message from salamanders. Message from fire. There it is. Fairies and sylphs. These elementals govern the mental functions, taking part in telepathic processes, increasing precognition and clairvoyance, increasing intuition and hypersensitivity. This card may represent an old, mature man or woman who is a dreamer, sensible, melancholic, inspired, a poet, an artist, teacher, writer, scientist, someone with a fine character and with strong conviction, faithful and tender. Oh, in combination with other native cards, chimerical processes, and false illusions, lost illusions, false prospects, projects with no grounds or future. Okay. So that's why Bastet then showed up in a reverse. Bastet showed up in a reverse because, like I said before, you had false prospects for love and marriage and attraction. That was simple. This is what I said before. You were trying to manifest with people who weren't ready. All right, let's see what Asar is talking about. Why is Asar in reverse? Why is Asar in reverse? This is going to be the last one. Because I want to be able to schedule this bad boy. Ooh, there we go. Oh, shoot. You got Iku. You got Iku in a reverse. So it's the same energy. So at this point, Spirit, like I said what I said. Because it's definitely the Grim Reaper, okay? And the Grim Reaper is always death, transformation, rebirth, right? It's unavoidable. It's the unavoidable cycle of life and transformation. And you can be a willing participant in that cycle, allowing yourself to benefit from the lessons, or you can be a casualty, a bystander. And the reason why it's showing up in reverse, to clarify Asar, is because the sense of deprivation you have felt and experienced from not ever really knowing true love or a happy family has caused you to go into a sense of stagnation sparked by hopelessness. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. But you coming out victorious. You coming out with all power. You coming out fully initiated. And you coming out with the secrets of the divine, being able to wield them at will, however you see fit. And the potential that you always knew was there will be realized. All right, so we're gonna close out with the Secret Language of Animals Oracle and get one message of advice for each element. One message of advice for each element. We're gonna get up out of here. All right. So, Spirit, what is the advice for fire signs? There we go. Fire signs, you are being called upon. Every time I pull these cards for fire signs, they always give you a water card. You need to calm down and focus on yourself, relying on yourself. Stop externalizing all of your power and looking for confirmation of your worth outside of you. Okay? No relationship, no family is going to validate you better than you can validate you. It's only so much that somebody outside of you or something outside of you can offer. All right, so air signs. They want you to delve into the water energy too and take on the energy of the dolphin, which is about joy, light, flow, and compassion. Stop trying to detach all the time. All right, water signs. What's your energy? There we go. Y'all being trying to take on more air characteristics. So get your mind into alignment through meditation, through breathing, and focusing your intentions. Interesting. Earth. What is the message for the earth? Snow leopard. Okay. The snow leopard is mystery, agility, belief, and sensitivity. So don't be so, don't reveal your hand. Don't be so heavy-handed. Be sensitive to others and become resolute in what it is you believe. Keep an air of mystery to yourself, but explore the mysteries of the answers to the questions that elude you. Y'all, these messages that be coming sometimes, I swear it's not me making this up because that was such a poetic line. All right, y'all. It has been another lovely Tarot Tuesday. And I guess right now the tribe is focused on love and family and all that other shit. So I hope this message resonates. If it does, whether you are tuning in from Facebook or YouTube, please, please, please do me a favor. Hit the like button so that the algorithm can share this to more people. And then if you're really getting some messages from it, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know how this message resonates with you. I do read my comments and I do respond. All right, y'all. Last but not least, if you want to connect with me and my tribe, you want to see what we all about, join us in the Khepera Collective on Facebook. And Khepera is spelled Khepera. Collective is spelled with a K. All right, y'all. I love you to life and look forward to taking this journey with you. Peace.